The Bible verses from Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1 to 11 offer a profound and dateless assignment about the nature of life and the ineluctability of change. These verses remind us that life is composed of different seasons, each with its unique purpose, and that every moment, whether joyous or rueful, has its place in the grand shade of actuality. To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. This opening line sets the stage for understanding that life is cyclical, and each stage is temporary yet significant. A time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill, and a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. These contrasts illustrate that life is a mix of jests, and each one contributes to our growth and understanding. The verses also touch on the conception of balance. For illustration, a time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get, and a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sow, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak, a time to love, and a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboureth? I have seen the travail, which God hath given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also he hath set the world in their heart so that no man can find out the work that God mocketh from the beginning to the end. This balance teaches us the significance of perceptiveness and timing in our conduct and relations. Fating the applicable season for each action allows us to live more harmoniously and purposefully. Likewise, the passage concludes with a reflection on the beauty of God's timing. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. This reminds us that while we may not always understand the reasons behind our jests, there's a godly order and beauty in the unfolding of events. It encourages us to trust in the process and have faith that each season serves a lesser purpose, indeed if it isn't incontinently apparent. In our daily lives, these verses inspire us to embrace the present moment, accept the ineluctability of change, and trust in the godly plan. By fating that every season has its time, we can find peace in the eclipse and inflow of life, knowing that each phase, whether joyful or grueling, is a vital part of our trip.